see the crime scene from these small windows. Mr. Edgeworth, you can't just go peeping in like that. You need to be more sneaky and check your surroundings. Why must I behave like a common criminal? I thought you wanted me to teach you my special steal a glance technique. I don't need your techniques. I thought that was the door that we needed to use. Is it this one? Yes, apparently. Okay. Hello? Is this occupado? Hey, that's not a restroom. Hey, guard, do you have a minute? Sir, what is it? Is anyone using that workroom right now? Presently, there is one prisoner working inside. I'm positive he's been in there since the noon roll call. We would like to ask the prisoner a few questions, if that is acceptable. Yes, sir. I will bring him out, so please wait a moment. All right, I just kind of figured we'd walk inside, but all right, whatever. All right, bring him out. I'll leave this to you, Miles. Ah, going to be incredibly lazy, are you? All right, then, fair enough. What do you mean? Because I don't know what kind of scary guy will come out of that room. Mr. Shields, you're a scaredy cat? Even though you're an adult? Same to you, Kay. Here he comes. Oh my god! As Frank saw it! Oh my god! You could have given me 20 guesses and I would have never said him! Wow! In case you don't remember him, it's possible. This is like, this is the first, like, guy Phoenix ever threw the book at. He was the first culprit in the first case of the first game. That's so cool! Oh man, if I gave him a voice, I do not remember it. Oh, good day to you, sirs. Are you the ones who requested my presence? They let you keep your toupee in prison? That's nice of them. He doesn't seem like a dangerous criminal. My name is Miles Edgeworth. I'm a prosecutor. A prosecutor? Is that right? Except we're not supposed to be at this exact moment in time. I'm Ray Shields, a defense attorney. Mr. Shields, his demeanor completely changed once he saw who we were dealing with. Sorry about that. My assistant says strange things sometimes. He's not a prosecutor, just my assistant. Hey, get your act together, Miles. I guess I messed up. I forgot about my new job. No wonder I thought you were different from the prosecutor who visited me yesterday. Looks like he's already spoken to the best. May we ask you a few questions? Oh, yes, of course you may. My name is Frank Sawit. Go for it, Miles. I guess I'll be asking the questions after all. All right. Guess I don't have much of a choice. Mr. Sawit, you are aware of the murder that occurred here yesterday, correct? Where were you when the body was discovered? I was in this room where I had been working. What kind of work? Well, my goal is to become a pet groomer, an animal beautician, so to speak. Oh, yes, I was inside cultivating my skills. In any other prison, such training would be unheard of, but apparently we live in Cuckoo Bananas Land. That was all, honestly. I did not see a thing. Despite the fact that, you know, your name implies that that is the opposite of the truth. Why did you say that? I haven't even asked him anything yet. Which is why, sad to say, I won't be any help to you. I'll be the judge of that. Mr. Sawit, I haven't asked you anything yet. No, wait, that's, even if you were to ask, I would not. You know something, don't you? That's... It seems he is indeed hiding something. Let's try to press it out of him. And here I was hoping that, man, you have to have been in prison for a pretty good chunk of time at this by now, you know, right? I kind of, you know, maybe hoped you'd be slightly more rehabilitated, but, I guess you know, can't change your spots and whatnot. All right, let's see what we got. Never thought I'd be grilling this dude again. Oh, this is crazy. Oh, God, no, not more of this. Okay, well, that's gonna be a problem. First, let us assess the layout of the board. My opponent's condition is... The many pieces. I'm afraid I didn't see a thing, so I won't be any help to you. This man's expressions do not change much. It's a true poker face. Yeah, until you get under his skin, then he's gonna throw his toupee. It may be difficult to read his emotions from his body language. Perhaps I should focus on how he phrases his words. It may reveal what's on his mind. I suppose that's feasible. Now, for the opening move, I'll start by asking about who this man is. Even if he hides his emotions, if I push the right buttons, I'm sure I'll cause a change. I just have to emotionally manipulate him. Are you involved with this case? Are you involved with this case? Are you referring to the murder that occurred inside this prison? I had nothing to do with it at all. Is that true? I would never dream of being involved in a murder plot, aside from that time that I murdered that one woman. I bashed her head in. But, aside from the time that I did that, I'd never be involved in a murder plot. How should I put it? I'm an upright model citizen, after all. My dude, you are in prison. Are you now? Yeah, no, I'm gonna go ahead and doubt that with a big old chunk of salt. Common sense tells me an upright model citizen would have never ended up behind bars. Just throwing that out there. Well, that is, okay, so who hasn't murdered? Especially in this universe, I mean, come on. Tell me what you know about the incident. I already told you, I don't know a damn thing. I really don't know anything. Let's go with wait and see on this one. I apologize from the bottom of my heart for that outburst. It's so unlike me, but I will be of no assistance. Pardon my rudeness. I already used that joke already. It's just that the murder occurred in this rather confined prison. It seems unnatural that you do not know anything about it. Oh? Unnatural? Is that so? If you're looking for the person who discovered the body, you should try someone else. Did I say who we were looking for? I don't think I did. How did you know we were looking for the person who discovered the body? I'm willing to bet that means you are the one who done did. I don't recall saying a word about that. Are you sure you don't know anything? Already going for it. No. It was merely a hunch I had. To be fair, that actually is a decent rebuttal, but your response definitely tells me more. I'm but a humble pet groomer in training. I honestly have no recollection of the murder. I am positive that this man is hiding something. For my next move, I'll ask him about his movements on the day of the murder. All right, sure. This man has suppressed his emotions. I will expose his true nature hidden beneath that suspicious smile. What happened on the day of the murder? Let's talk about what happened on the day of the murder. If you truly had nothing to do with it, there shouldn't be a problem, correct? Oh, well, on the day of the murder, there was a lot going on. Well, you said we want to know about your movements, so tell me about your movements. Tell me what you were doing on that day. As I mentioned earlier, I was cultivating my skills as a groomer in training. I was trimming the coats of the animals at the time. Didn't the murder cause a panic? I heard something about animals going absolutely loop-de-loops. I imagine the entire prison must have been in an uproar, what with the murder and all. Well, but there was no panic. I could even hear someone's voice. Really? Was it a scream that you heard? Someone's voice? Judging from the circumstances, I suppose it was a scream that you heard. How about that noise? So you do have a recollection of the murder. You kept insisting that you knew absolutely nothing about the murder, and yet here you are telling me you did know, in fact, something. Not bad, not bad. But you do not give credence to your claims. Bam shabalam! Ah! I thought I heard someone's voice, but in any case, I don't remember it very well. The scream at the time of the murder, it might be a clue. I'd better keep that in mind. Perhaps so. All right, well, what happened on the day of the murder? Let's talk about what happened on the day of the murder. Again, yes, if you had truly nothing to do with it, then that shouldn't be a problem. Well, on the day of the murder, there was a lot going on. Let's see, then how about you tell me about the state of the prison now, huh? especially now that I know some things. What was the state of the prison at the time? What was that? I don't remember it too well. My memory is rather poor, you see. Well, let's try using that clue. I thought you said you heard a scream. I have the power of a horse! You don't remember? Ridiculous! Didn't you say earlier that you heard a scream? That wasn't... I could very well be mistaken. At any rate, I honestly do not remember. You still do not remember? Enough with your lies! I hate lying, you! I mean, I'm telling the truth. You're angry, aren't you? Okay, no, we don't want to press on the anger buttons. Not quite. I assume. Okay, in any case, I was absorbed in grooming the animals. By the way, how skilled would you say you are in animal grooming? My technique with the scissors still needs some work, but I am very confident in my handling of the animals. When the animals became frightened, I calmed them with my gentle hands. Frightened, you say? Why would the animals have become frightened? I don't think that's a common occurrence. I mean, it depends on the animals. I'm sure the pony would have been absolutely insanely freaked out by, like, literally anything. I've seen horses go complete and total crazy pants over seeing a balloon, a tarp, and a salt lick, which is a thing that they see every day. Well, that's a good thing, isn't it? Let's see. Did the scream frighten the animals? Gonna go with that one. Ooh. Perhaps the reason they were frightened was because of someone's scream? Why are you trying so hard to hide the fact that there was a scream? Are you concealing some vital information from me? Oh, that's a yes. I'm doing nothing of the sort. It's true that I heard some sort of scream. But you know what? The exact nature of it, who knows? But I'm not trying to hide it. He's starting to show his true colors. I should be more aggressive with my next move. I'll ask him about the scream. All right. I'm good with this. All right, it's time to give him a taste of the futility of keeping a secret from me. Seriously, Edgeworth will get his information. When did you hear it? Who did the scream belong to? I'm gonna go with when did you hear it? That's probably a little bit better. When did you hear the scream? That's it? I just remembered. At the time of the murder, there was an event going on. It was the animal show. I had gone there to see it. So you're saying that since you were watching the show, you did not hear the scream. That's completely different from everything you said up until now. Shut up! So what if it is? My memory is just so hazy. You don't say. Let's see here. I'm gonna go wait and see. That might be good. The animal show was very enjoyable. What kind of animals performed in the show? Well, I believe I saw a whale. Wow, you gotta suck at this. You didn't see the show, did you? You liar! You didn't see the animal show at all! Come on, at least guess a circus animal. Well, that is, I sort of saw it and I sort of didn't. He didn't see the show. This could be a clue. All right then. Well, then I guess we say the other one now. Do you know who the scream belonged to? Well, I was mistaken. When the incident occurred, I just happened to be in the courtyard. That's why I did not hear the scream. Let's try using that clue then. You didn't see the animal show. Get a hold of this here, Bishop. It's obvious that you did not see the animal show. You said a friggin' whale. Miss me with that mess. There's no way out of this. Tell me what really happened. Confess everything you know about the scream. I cannot answer what I cannot answer. I didn't hear the scream from the person who discovered the body. What? I'll make you hear a scream. No, hang on, what? That's strange. Normally, if you hear a scream during a murder, it's usually from the victim. Why would you think the scream was from the person who discovered the body? That's an interesting detail to just let slip. My mistake. How? How did you know the scream was from the person who discovered the body? Well, that's because, let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and say that you're the one who found it. Smug. Oh, wow, I'm about to take you out with a damn pawn. That's embarrassing. That's because you're the one who discovered the body, and the scream that was heard when the murder occurred didn't come from the victim. It came from you when you discovered the body! Wicketa! Who do you think you are? It is just as you say, but what gives you the right to do this? Checkmate. Nice! Not bad! Alright, got that one going pretty good. Not bad. Not bad at all. Okay. It's now clear who discovered the body. You have no more reason to withhold your testimony, and if you do, good lord, correct? Very well, I'll tell you. But I doubt my testimony is worth hearing. Whether or not it is worth hearing is for me to decide. I will expose the truth with my own hands. That's my sole duty. Who's holding it? I think you're a little off there, Mr. Edgeworth. What do you mean? We're not trying to expose the truth, we're trying to save Simon. Isn't our goal to help out our clients? I mean, you're not a prosecutor right now, you're a defense attorney's assistant. Well said there, Kay. She's right on the money, Miles. The official task of the Edgeworth Law Offices is to defend our clients. Your old man who founded the firm truly valued the bonds he had with his clients. So, if you're not willing to do the same, maybe you aren't cut out for this job. I don't want to fire you on the spot either, so have a heart, okay? Good lord. You guys are asking a lot of my character development right now. The heart of a defense attorney, huh? In any case, it's important that we hear the testimony of the person who discovered the body. Start talking, Mr. Sott. Tell me what happened when you found the body. I am all about this info! Let's friggin' go! I was in the workroom over there practicing my skills. By some chance, I got curious about the adjacent workroom and went up to the door. I see, okay. I peeked in through the small window on the door. Then I saw him lying there, a man. Not moving. Dead. I quailed in fright and found myself letting out a scream. You don't say. You don't say. If I may confirm one thing. You were in the room right next to the one where the dead body was found? Within the prison, we call it Workroom B. And you were in there the whole time of the day of the murder? Yes. After the 7 a.m. roll call, I remained inside the whole time. In this prison, we have roll call 3 times a day. At 7 a.m., noon, and 9 p.m. And they check the workrooms during those times too? Exactly. I see. So during the 7 a.m. roll call, there was nothing amiss. And Knightley's body was not in the workroom yet. Interesting. All right, okay, all right. I see a problem, but all right. So it sounds like the murder occurred after 7 a.m., huh? And that's right when the animal show started. Correct. The other prisoners went to see the animal show. Meaning anyone who did not see the show does not have an alibi. Do you understand what I'm saying, Mr. Sott? Yes, that is certainly true. However, I merely discovered the body. His testimony is a clear contradiction. And I should press him about that first. Yeah, we learned about this not too long ago. Hang on. Let's see, so if you're telling me that you got curious about the adjacent workroom, so I went up to the door. All right, so you left your workroom, but I thought you could only do that. Either I'm wrong, like, yeah, prisoners can't move freely. Yeah, that's what I thought. I was wondering if it only mattered if you were going in, but I think a guard needs to escort you both ways. So, what's up with that? Smug. Mr. Sott, please stop telling such feeble lies. You don't seem to understand your position. My position? I used to be a newspaper salesman, but then I took up the pet groomer training. What about that bracelet on your wrist? It proves that you are unmistakably a prisoner. And as long as you wear that bracelet, you should not be able to move around as you please. As soon as you went through the door, the sensor would have sounded the alarm. Oh, haha, that is Peeking into the adjacent room is impossible when you couldn't even leave the one you were in. Woo-hoo-wee! Nice one, Miles. That was a real humdinger. But does that mean Mr. Sawit didn't see the body? I'm not sure. Perhaps. We should let the man himself explain it to us. Huh? You see, that is, well... Forgive me, it appears my previous explanation was lacking. I shall clearly explain how I was able to see the body. Very well. Let us hear your revised testimony. Alright, when I found it, part 2. There's a rather well-known technique among the prisoners here. If the hand with the bracelet stays in the room, you can step out without sounding the alarm. That's how I was able to peek into the adjacent room. The moment I realized that the man inside was dead, I let out a scream. So then that means... he kept his arm inside workroom B while he peeked into the adjacent room. I mean, I guess that's possible. I'd appreciate it if you didn't mention this to anyone, especially the guards, okay? Was that what he was trying to hide earlier? I should try asking him for more details about a few other things as well. Yeah, all right, this looks like a time for pressing matters. Let's go! All right, don't think that's gonna help. If the hand with the bracelet stays in the room, you can step out without sounding the alarm. All right, let's press. All you gain by doing that is a small degree of freedom. Naturally, but it is all that we have left to enjoy. I'm shocked that you enjoy such a thing. Have you truly reflected on what you've done? No, not especially. But of course, for I am a model prisoner. Your definition of model is highly suspicious. Regardless, was that the technique you used? Yes, that is correct. I made sure no guards were around when I did it. All right then, let's keep pressing. Why would you do something so troublesome and potentially dangerous? I heard a noise coming from the adjacent room. It seemed odd to me, as there should not have been anyone inside. So you peeked into the adjacent workroom as soon as you heard the noise? Yes, of course. I peeked in as soon as I could. I see. Is there a problem with that statement? Oh! Okay, yeah, no, yeah, there is. Hang on. So you looked into the adjacent room immediately after you heard the noise. I had to think about that one for a second, but yeah, if you did this immediately, you would have saw the person who did the murdering. So, yeah, you heard the noise. If that was true, then you should have seen more than just a dead body. You should have seen the person who had made the noise. That is, well, he looks really shaken. Come on, throw that toupee! Mr. Sawit, answer me. What did you really see? If you intend to remain silent, I will have no choice but to assume that you are complicit to the murder. So, if you don't want to be involved in that mess and get even more years tacked onto you, please forgive me. It's just that I couldn't even believe what I saw myself. It may have been just a dream. I hesitate to even recall it. All right. Tell me what happened already. Very well. I'll be frank with you. He's frank. I saw a dog. It was a nightmarish scene. Oh, a large black dog. Whoa! Was biting into the neck of the victim. What did you say? It was a truly hellish scene. That dog killed him. Oh, I think I'm going to be sick. That's some grade A trauma right there. I was chilled to my very core and let out a shriek. A man-eating dog inside this zoo of a prison? I mean, to be fair, that dog did seem extraordinarily threatening, but at the same time, I somehow doubt it's ever that simple. That was everything I saw. Do you believe me now? Yes, I do. And I doubt one would be able to lie about something like that. I mean, unless they were really good at it. Would you add that to your testimony? Certainly. believe it or not, I'd like to think that this guy isn't trying to get away with something. I'd like to believe that he wants to be a better person now after everything. It remains to be seen, but I'd like to believe. I mean, ultimately, you know, still a murderer and he should stay in prison for the rest of his existence, but, you know, still, small victories. Alright then, let's go ahead and, to my horror, there was a black dog biting his neck. But it looked like he was stabbed, not chomped, yeah. I mean, granted, teeth can stab, yes. But I feel like we would have been able to tell the difference between a, you know, a stab to the neck and a bite to the neck. The black dog was biting the victim's neck. Yes, blood came pouring out, and as a result, the dog's mouth became stained with it. Ugh. Ah, stop! You don't need to get that detailed. At that time was the victim. Mr. Edgeworth, why'd you ask him that? It's a pretty good question. Okay, why'd you hit Uncle Ray? Well, she's not gonna hit Edgeworth. The man did not even flinch. He must have been dead already. Okay, see, that's important information. But the blood continued to gush from his neck. Well, yeah, there's a lot in there, especially if you hit an important vein. He most likely had passed away already. His hands moved nary an inch. Ugh, way too much detail! Are you doing this on purpose? Certainly not. I'm just trying to give an accurate testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, shall I add that statement to my testimony? If you would, yes. It was terrifying. A truly terrifying sight. I don't doubt that at all. Alright, let's see here. He most likely had passed away already. His hands nary moved an inch. Oh, wait, there's more? The ring with the snowflake insignia glimmered with no purpose but to catch my eye. Interesting. Huh. So, Knightley was killed by a dog that was being kept here in the prison? Well, I find that hard to believe. They say that pets take after their owners, yeah? It doesn't have to take after them that much. This completely defeats the purpose of the animal therapy. Perhaps I should ask about the dog a little more. Okay. Biting his neck. Most already passed away. Oh, hang on. Can I take a gander here? Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. How'd you see the ring? Interesting thing that you would done say, now wouldn't it be? A ring with a snowflake insignia? Yes, that is correct. It was clearly engraved on the surface. I see. Your testimony is very accurate, but it's a little too accurate, if you ask me. And what's wrong with being accurate? You state that you saw a ring with a snowflake insignia engraved into it. I'd kind of like that. I'd like to own that, if I'm being honest. And it is true that the victim was wearing such a ring. See? Was I not correct? I thought he was holding it. I don't even remember. Doesn't matter. Point is, how'd you see it? That is not the issue I have with your testimony. Take a look at this picture. Oh, that's a good thing that we took a picture before we did it. Yeah. As you can see, the right hand is covered by a sheet. It should not have been possible for you to see the engraving on the ring. Also, I noticed that there's a glove in your apron and a glove on the floor. You know, all that business. Unless you had approached the body and lifted up the sheet for yourself. You said you only looked into the workroom through the door. And yet, you gave such a detailed account of what you saw. Who do you think you are? Acting all high and mighty? I'm telling you, I saw what I saw. Oh, the victim must have moved his arm after I saw it. You just said he was dead. I don't think so. You said as much earlier. The man did not even flinch. Must have already been dead. Unless it was some sort of post-death, you know, voluntary muscle spasm, I suppose. The victim was already dead. How would he have been able to move his arm? This guy's looking pretty suspicious now, yeah? Frank saw it. What are you hiding, you scoundrel? No, I'm not. That is, you're wrong. I know what I saw. Ah! Yeah, there it goes! Oh, the reprise! Oh, you love to see it. Shut up already! Stop making a fuss about every little thing I say! You're just a defensive defense attorney's assistant! He's finally shown his true self. Seems he hasn't changed a single iota in all these years. What a bummer. Whoa! I guess the cat's out of the bag. A black hairy one at that. Just went flying. I'm just your friendly neighborhood witness who is also a murderer. Are you really just a witness? I would say that you're rather suspicious. What was that? You saw something that could not have been seen from the outside of the room. How is that possible? The logic behind it is simple. You're friggin' in there, man! This is where you saw the body from. Inside the damn room, obviously. When you discovered the body, you went inside the room where it laid. Since you saw the engraving on the ring, that is the only possibility. Seeing as how, I mean, it's also a really small ring, and he was really far into the room. Like, how would you have known what was engraved on his hand had you not been right all up in there? Even if you say that, you ain't got no evidence, do ya? Where's the evidence that shows that I was in that room? I was grooming pets at the time. In the room adjacent to where the body was found. I even went so far as to borrow some rubber gloves. Show me the evidence that proves I was in the room where the body was found. Yeah, okay, how about this glove? How about that? Smug. Mr. Sot, what were you doing when the body was discovered? Didn't I tell you already? I was practicing being a pet groomer. I see. In that case, do you happen to recognize this glove? This was found near the body. It is believed to have been dropped by the culprit. By the way, I noticed that you also have a rubber glove hanging out of your apron pocket. That's interesting. No, this is something else. Alright, well, what is it? Looks like you're missing one of your gloves. You can find gloves like these anywhere in the prison. Your evidence proves nothing. Or maybe it proves everything. Perhaps we should hand this glove over to the police for fingerprinting. I'm certain they will have some interesting results. It's over.
Objection.
Excuse me? What in the hell was that? Oh. Pretty cool, right? My objection voice? You don't sound even vaguely like I thought you would. I was expecting more of a, I don't know, like a Todd Habercorn sort of voice, honestly. Mr. Shields, could you save the jokes for later? I'm not joking. I'm gonna stick with the voice I'm giving him, because it's not over yet. There's still something else. Something that's clearly odd. This guy's a prisoner, you know? He's got the bracelet and all. I mean, that's true, yeah. That's right. How did he get into the other workroom? The sensor would have sent off the alarm, right? He's right. And she also, Kay has a point too. I need to point that out too. That's the only thing we don't know yet. Not so fast, Mr. Prisoner. Could you fill us in? I'd rather not. That's pretty weird. The bracelet should have been his last line of defense. Defense? That's right, Kay. It was useful evidence for Mr. Prisoner here. He could have claimed that due to the bracelet, he wasn't able to enter the room. And yet he didn't even bring it up. But he didn't say a word about it. All right, hey, credit where it's due. That is 100% on the money, Ray. I didn't even think about that yet. Is there any reason why you didn't? That's an interesting question. Silent treatment, eh? Well, the judge yesterday did say that silence is golden. Wow, you really are a hotshot defense attorney, Mr. Shields. Defense attorneys always remain calm in a pinch and smile in the face of danger. Yeah, they do. I'm gonna be real. As fun as this all is, I do very much miss Phoenix. That's what your old man taught me. The defense attorney's creed, yeah? So, what's the deal? Why didn't you mention anything about the bracelet? How did he get that back? The truth is, it's broken. Broken? Some time ago, I took a spill and the bracelet hit the floor with a loud bang. Ever since then, it's not been able to activate the sensor. Forgive me, it was so convenient, I didn't want to report it. I see. So the bracelet was broken. Did it really break so easily? If that is true, then there's a problem with the prisoners, the prison security. If all you have to do is slam your bracelet up against like an iron bar hard enough, that's a pretty lame security measure, ain't it? Interesting. Very interesting indeed. Oh, I'm still petting the kitty. You, over there, may I have a moment?
Kitty, kitty. Such a cute little guy. Yes, you are.
Excuse me. Yes, so what can I do for Meow? This prisoner's bracelet appears to be broken. What? Really? That's not good at all. I'll contact the person in charge and have it replaced immediately. Thank you. I'll be holding on to the broken bracelet for the time being. Nice. Yes, sir. Please take care of it. I really don't know if we have the authority to actually have this thing, but yeah, all right, sure. Now that the bracelet's been taken care of, shall we move on to arresting you for murder? Perish the thought! I didn't kill anyone! But your bracelet was broken, right? Doesn't that mean you could have gone anywhere you wanted during the animal show? But all I did was find the body, honest! And it is true that I saw the dog biting his neck. However, I entered the workroom after the dog had left. Why did you do that? Because the dog is freaking scary, man! Well, it was just, I was curious if he had anything of value on him. So he is planning to loot the corpse. Classy! That's why he remembers Knightley's ring so well. Why are you looking at me, Mr. Edgeworth? I am a great thief. Please don't put me on the same level as him. A common corpse looter. But I didn't take the thing! The animal show had ended and the other prisoners were making their way back down here and I didn't want to get caught. Also, what possible purpose would anything that you could have gotten off of him have even been worth to you? You're in prison! Money has no meaning here! I hurried back to my workroom and let out a scream to deceive the others. And that's when you dropped your rubber glove? All right. I am curious why it's also covered in mud, though. I guess the story holds up. What do you think, Miles? Whether he is the murderer or not, one big question remains. How did Knightley get all the way from his holding cell to the prison? You're right about that. It's a real stumper. And there's something Mr. Sod said in his testimony that I'm very concerned about. Morph. If that dog had any part in the murder... Mr. Sod... Yes, what is it? Were there any other prisoners who didn't see the animal show? Yes, there's only one other that I know of. And this prisoner wouldn't have been able to see the show even if he wanted to, correct? Yes, that's correct. Why do you ask? Just as I thought. I had suspicions as soon as I saw that black dog. Is this something that I should also be aware of? That fiendish criminal. I never expected him to be held here in this prison. Where is his cell? Do you intend to meet him? Him? Who's him? He's a very special man. He receives very special treatment and... forgive me, I need to watch what I say about him. However, if you value your lives, I would advise you to stay away from him. Cut it out already, you're giving me the creeps. And not just in the sense, the normal sense, because you're creepy. A puppet master in the shadows, huh? Yeah, I still value my life. He's being held in the special cell. Over there, in that direction. I see. The camera pan was very necessary. The special cell. It certainly seems like it received special treatment. Is this entire prison literally just 3 cells, 2 workrooms, and a so it has 4 prisoners? That's it? And one of them is Frank? I figured he would have gotten transferred to somewhere else. Huh. All right, certainly seems like he received special treatment. Interesting. Okay. Well, so just who is this him anyway? To protect my own life, all I can tell you is that he is the oldest prisoner here. My deepest apologies, but I can't say anymore. He is truly terrifying. Care to fill me in? It feels like you're leaving Uncle Ray behind here. He's someone I knew in the past. Is it somebody I should know, or... Let's head for the special cell. I believe that black dog should be there as well. Okay. Hey, Kay. You got anything to say? What's so special about this special cell? Is it the super tight security that makes it inescapable? Or is there a red carpet and a sofa and a bed? And you get the VIP treatment. Calm down. We'll know when we see it. If I'm not mistaken, that man should be in there. Oh, cool. So the guy from Blaze Blue? All right, weird. Or maybe I should actually I should probably at least converse with Ray, see if he's got anything important to say. You'd have guessed that the bracelet was broken. I thought the security here was supposed to be tight. When I saw those animals roaming around freely, I knew that something was amiss. At the very least, as long as that person is here. The person that the inmate mentioned? Well, let's hurry up and head to the special cell. That black dog might be there. We should proceed with caution, he says. Again, with air quotes to imply that we should, I guess, show up with reckless abandon? Who knows? This guy's odd to me. Knock, knock, knock. That was a big-ass cell. Hey, it's pitch black in here. I can't see a thing at all. Aren't you always talking about how the Yatagarasu is able to flap even on the darkest night? Much like Darkwing Duck. Even in the depths of night, when no other bird dares to take flight. When alone soars to shine the light of righteousness on the world's blight. And that one is me, for I am the great thief Yatagarasu. Oh, that was pretty cool. But still, I can't see what I can't see. I'm still just a human. I hear tinging! And a dog! Ooh, that's all kinds of freaky. Ah! Mr. Edgeworth, I presume? Oh dear God, the dog can talk. That voice, it can only be. It has been far too long. So you still remember me? It would be impossible to forget, because it was you who did what none could do, and placed me here in this cell. Don't tell me that that dog is talking to you, Mr. Edgeworth. Please let the dog be talking. Please let the dog be talking. Is there someone else there? I can't see anything, though. Down, boy. It is rude to frighten the visitors. Here, allow me to illuminate this dark room. Whoa! What is all this? Okay, I feel like I would recognize this guy if we've seen him before. Such noisy visitors. From the voices and footsteps, 2 more in the back. But it would be rude not to introduce myself. I am called Sirhan Dogan. Or Doggin, perhaps, because he has a dog? I don't really know. Mr. Edgeworth and I, we are old acquaintances. This man is a former assassin. And his prisoner, remember his boss, the blind assassin, Sirhan Dogan. His weapons are sharp knives and a ferocious dog. His appearance is always accompanied by the sound of a bell. It is said that the ringing of this bell in the darkness is the last sound his victims hear. Would you be so kind as to share the reason why you have come, Mr. Edgeworth? That will be not necessary. You're already well aware of why we're here. It seems we know each other quite well. Ah! That actually freaked me out a little. All right. We suspect your dog of committing the murder. The witness who discovered the body saw him biting it. There must be some mistake. My boy is obedient. He would never do such a thing. Right, Anubis? Oh, you knew he would name your dog Anubis. Then again, I guess a dark black dog of that nature being named, I guess I'd probably name him Anubis too. That's pretty bad. I'm not gonna, okay. I've come around on it. That's a good name. Good boy, good boy, good boy. Anubis may be your guide dog, but you've raised him to be a vicious killer. Kind of weird that they'd let you keep one of your murder weapons in prison. He was one of the weapons used as an assassin. To begin with, is the witness of a reliable sort? It's true that Sod is also one of the suspects. And it's difficult to say if we can trust his testimony. In any case, I think you have the wrong dog. Right, Anubis? Right, boy? Are there any other dogs? I wonder if he knows who the witness is. Well, what's the alibi all up in here, eh? I'd like to hear your alibi from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. yesterday morning. I believe the alibi just might possibly be I'm not allowed to leave my cell. During the animal show? I was in my humble cell the entire time. I took up whittling recently. My focus was solely on the wood and chisel in my hands. More chess? The prisoners have free access to chisels here? Normally that's not allowed. The warden is a kind soul. She has given me special permission. Kind? Ridiculous, even 5 metal chisels would become deadly weapons in his hands. It's a sharp metal object. I started out by carving these Buddha statues, but I moved on to other shapes after the 674th. Really? That many? All it takes is time, which I have plenty of. Here's what I'm working on now. I did not know that you played chess. Do you play as well, Mr. Edgeworth? I'd like to test your wits in a game sometime. I only started playing since my arrival here, so I'm still inexperienced. What is this piece? It's a 3-headed dog? Edgeworth, do you not know who Cerberus is? Just for the fun of it, I carved this hound piece. Chess is a game of war. Pawns, knights, and castles, and every single case is going to involve chess, isn't it? Each side pushing their forces to the limits to take the lives of their enemy's king. Interesting, ain't it? However, I found the absence of dogs to be strange. Hounds are an indispensable part of warfare, but it is nothing more than folly. I still play by all the normal rules of chess. Isn't it difficult for you to find opponents here in prison? I always play correspondence chess. Correspondence chess? So, you play chess through the mail. Prisoners are allowed to send and receive letters, although they are subject to inspection. At the moment, I am waiting for my opponent's next move. That is like a chess game over like, what, months? So he plays chess with people outside of this prison. Who would play prison with you? You're an assassin! I guess maybe they wouldn't know. Do you know who was murdered? It was Horace Knightley, a most unfortunate lad. Your ears is as sharp as ever. They're all I can rely on. As I thought, he has full knowledge of everything that goes on in this prison. On second thought, he might be fortunate after all. Fortunate? How so? He got stabbed in the neck! He committed a grave crime, but he was able to avoid punishment for it. I guess it depends entirely on your perspective, huh? An assassination attempt on the president? What a bold man. That's not what he was trying to do. Assassination attempt? Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, did Mr. Knightley just... He may have killed his own superior, but he never attempted to take the president's life. Are they trying to conceal the fact the assassination was staged by the president? Whoa, 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 hold your horses. Knightley didn't attack the president? I guess that's not public info. But Uncle Ray was requested to defend him in court on charges of attempted assassination. You didn't know either, Uncle Ray? So they're trying to pin the whole thing on Mr. Knightley? Now I see why the PIC is taking action. Miles knows too much. No wonder he's not allowed. Oh, so that's why they removed you from the case. That DePest guy was going to indict him on charges of attempted assassination. And in doing so, they would have twisted the truth. I suspected it was a false charge. I heard about it from one of the guards, about Knightley. He kept desperately insisting I didn't assassinate anyone. No, he didn't assassinate, he murdered. But the courts are supposed to bring the truth to light. I may not be well versed in law, but I can say one thing for certain. Some of the prisoners here were convicted on false charges. Of that, I actually have no doubt. That's the reality of it. Right, Anubis? Right, boy? Leaving the truth in the care of the court can be dangerous. Leaving the truth in the care of the court is dangerous, huh? There was someone who said the exact same thing before. An investigator from Interpol who doesn't trust prosecutors. I'm not gonna name the names unless he shows back up. Oh wait, no, never mind, there he is. You're not twisting the truth behind those closed courtroom doors too, are you? Fueled by those ideas, is it any wonder that courts produce nothing but falsities and lies? Rest assured, the next time we meet, I won't be so forgiving. I doubt his distrust is cleared up completely, only mildly, and perhaps only in association with me on a personal level. Whew, boy. You feel the same way, don't you, Anubis? The truth of the courts and Mr. Edgeworth's reasoning both can't be trusted, right? It is nothing to be upset about. You're not the only one who suspects me. Yesterday, the other prosecutor and that judge came here too. They brought the warden along. How they despise me. Oh, it must have been those two rude people from before. Prosecutor DeBest and Judge Courtney. They thoroughly inspected my room, but left without finding a thing. Seems they were searching for the murder weapon. 'Tis a shame. They searched the other prisoners' cells too, not just mine. Yet they were still unable to find anything. All that hard work was for naught. Fascinating. All right. This is quite a problem. What should we do? Slott's testimony alone won't hold up. In order to confront him, we'll need evidence. Now, if my guest would be so kind as to leave. Right, Anubis? Show them the way out. Okay, you don't need to yell, or growl, whatever, dog. Does this mean what I think it means? Let's get going, Mr. Edgeworth. Edgeworth, ice cold. We shall meet again, Dogan, or Doggin, I don't know. It would be a shame for our long-awaited reunion to end so soon. I'll be waiting.